Warships.
What is that up there? It looks like an email from Prince Blip. Oh, let's open it up and we'll see what it says. December patch note. Ermahgerd, it's Perch, Nerts. Hello, everyone. I am Santa Jerk, and this is the Big Show Ermahgerd Perch Nerts Holiday Extravaganza crossover. How are you? How are all of you doing? Staying warm in this frigid winter, I hope. I've got to give it to the red team in this match. They are going to do their best to keep me warm and toasty as they shower me with HE. We have got a lot to cover today, so let's not dilly-dally. Let's get our guest out here, the legendary tier British battleship. Give it up for Conqueror. That's right. The Conqueror, the Keck, it goes by many names, and this is the first time we've had it on the Big Show. And before we all start singing Silver Bells, let me put the commander and modules up on the big screen. At the helm, it is Andy Stunningham, kicking it with Kondo and Jodman 2022. Right, all of that out of the way, we're going to let this game play for a little bit because the real excitement isn't until later, and that's going to let us check in with the KRKN Channel 5 news crew who have been through these patch notes to uncover all the goodies and baddies to be found. I understand we have our correspondent Jerk ready. Jerk, go ahead. What have you got for us? Thank you, Jerk. Well, let's get to it. There is a lot here to cover. Obviously, the biggest item were the rumors swirling around the Minotaur that it would be the campaign ship, and Ouija has confirmed it. So that doesn't particularly come as a surprise, but what does is that it is another 6-week campaign at the usual price, but check out all the goodies you're going to get with Admiralty backing. Specifically, I am looking at the 7 insignias it says we will get. That is a spicy meatball. My hot take is that I am A-OK with a legendary tier ship being a reward. I know a lot of people think that higher tier should equal higher skill required, and it does for success, but gatekeeping has never been Ouija's model, and the sooner you accept that and move on, the sooner you can stop wasting all those electrons you use leaving feedback. And speaking of, anyone can rent any legendary ship within certain windows of this update, so if you're missing any and want to try them out before committing to your 3-month wait, now you can. But most interestingly here, you can rent Stalingrad. For all of you who have seen my vids and wonder, is it worth it? You will be able to try it out, and I think you're going to like it. Lastly, there's the Colbert, and in my version of the notes, it doesn't specify a window, so hopefully it's just the entire update. Why do you suppose that Ouija would want people to rent all these? Why would they let people who don't have them rent them? Why? Maybe it's so they can populate the 3 seasons of Arena. That's right, legendary tier Arena. And it's got arms race. Anyone excited for this? Might be a reason to break out the Colbert again, but I don't know. Seems like a 3-man Alaska division would just wreck everything. So while I can't say that I'm particularly interested in this, if you want to get the Lion, you're going to need to force yourself to. And if I'm reading this properly, you'll also have to buy out the Minotaur campaign to do weekly missions and play all of your Tech Tree Tier 7 and Premium Tier 6 and 7 ships for all the winter coins and purchase crates. I'm guessing Ouija will lend the Lion to the CCs, but it is this year's linen, which is to say, a fool and their money are soon parted. And as Ouija is keen to do, they do leave the door open for the Lion to come back at a later date. All right, what else do we got? We got a new port, London Town. There is a boatload of new camos and skins, both thematic and historical, to pick up. And there's going to be another web event and gift that I'm guessing will be similar to the Akotnik Advent Calendar of yesteryear. But let's talk about something that could be interesting. Commander Guises, a new cosmetic for non-event commanders that will shoot signal flares when you sound your horn. Oh god. New tracers for your main battery. Fireworks for legendary skills being activated. While I like a lot of this, we'll have to see it in practice because this could become a lot of visual clutter on the screen at once. And I guess the biggest question is, do only you see it? Do others? Does the enemy? Do I want fireworks shooting out of my concealed ship when I enter the legendary skilled activation area? I don't know. We'll have to see. There is a new holiday bureau event for more stuff like camos for Furutaka, T-22, and Normandy. Well, that feels like getting socks as a Christmas present. Oh, and one for Vanguard. That's like a new tie. Probably crates in there too. Speaking of new Santa crates, and guess what's in there? The Jean Barf. And I will guess the chance to win that is barely above 0. Because read the fine details, folks. The guarantee system does not work for the rarest ships. So before you go converting that check that grandma gave you to start your college fund into doubloons, just so you can gamble on getting a computer boat, stop. It is not going to happen. Now, if you've got a burning sensation in your pocket, then may I suggest you go talk to your doctor first. But if you just have to spend your resources on something else, how about the Murmansk, a Russian Omaha, and you can get it for a measly 6,250 steel. Finally, right? A ship to spend that steel you've saved over the course of the past year on. A Tier 4 reskinned Omaha. And speaking of premium ships, all of those who were wondering if you should get the key or save it for something else, look who's back in the house, the Azuma. I know it is mostly despised, but if you've been around a minute, you'll know I was singing a different tune a few months ago when I revisited the ship and said it is much better than people give it credit for. It is also, admittedly, not the easiest to play. Boy, we need to wrap this up soon because this match is about to start popping off. But first, balance changes. Kansas, it's getting its reload decreased by about 10%, which will net you a couple more potential salvos per match. I like this change. Kansas is a huge, slow target, and I honestly wouldn't mind if they lowered it even more. Shiratsuyu is getting a faster reload. I guess it is truly a gunboat line now. Gnevny and Minsk are getting faster reloads as well, with Minsk getting access to 6-kilometer range torps. That's cool. And Sinop is getting nerfed, with about an 8% reduction to its max AP damage. Boo, comrade. Boo. Lastly, aircraft will no longer be able to spot you if an island or smoke is blocking the line of sight. Freaking finally. We'll see how much of an impact this actually has on gameplay, though. So, all this taken into account, Jerk is going to give this update a B+. I don't like the Lion money grab, and I don't like that there is no Bayard, but honestly, there is quite a bit in here to like, and some foundation being laid for bigger changes in the future. Now to this game. We are again on North, where I've spent the first half of this match being set on fire over and over and over and over as I tried to deal with a destroyer thanks to the efforts of the 2 radar cruisers who spawned with me, choosing to go sightseeing on the back of the island to the east, only to get themselves blapped upon making themselves known. Surprise! Our team out west have taken A, I am going to cap C, and the red team has gotten bunched up on B to go caroling to our Yamato in the center. Oh, hello there, mines. Let me introduce you to the Conqueror. Bonk. Feels good, man. We are down by a lot of points. Certainly more than we can just make up with cap points alone. So I do need to cap this to prevent the red team from winning on points. But we can't just do that alone. We're going to have to sink some boats. Now, we do have a friendly Yamato down on A and a friendly Gearing pushing to spot everyone at B. What I don't know is what the health situation of the Yamato is, but what I do know is you can't ask for much better of a crossfire than this. I will say, I am a little disappointed in this initial salvo. I only get about 7,000 damage done, and in the process, we actually end up losing our Yamato, and that's when I start to get this sinking feeling that we may not be able to pull this off. Yeah, there goes our Yamato. What's it going to take to actually pull this off? There is only about 4 minutes left, which means we can close the points gap by around 160-ish points, so we'd still be behind. That red Conqueror is pulling behind some islands, so I'm not going to be able to shoot at them. No, what it would take would be a Christmas miracle and a red team that just isn't quite sure what they need to do. So I have loaded up my AP because we've got a Groza Kurfürst coming out broadside, and we're going to get that salvo off, and this is going to be the third ship sunk. Now let me ask y'all, have you ever done a legitimate double take? I know I did when I saw Christina Hendricks in person, and now you're seeing me do one in-game. That's right, a legitimate double take. I check to see who our destroyer player is and then go back and check again. It is Damo, who some people now call the Christina Hendricks of Wowzels. That's right, Damo, friend of the show, and I had been completely unaware that they were in this match, but that put a little sugar in Santa's candy cane because I knew there was a chance now. There was a chance that this crazy plan might just work. So full speed ahead. I know this player is going to spot for me and not just go get themselves sunk. I've got my AP loaded, and boy, you had better believe the red team is now freaking out, trying to figure out what to do. Now that I've got a little pep in my step, let's cue up the Christmas music for the Christmas miracle. Alright, Damo's gonna clip them with a torpedo here. I'm gonna fire off my AP salvo and register my disappointment that this is all it gets. Not much, but that's okay. That is a-okay. They are so weak right now, I just need to hit them with anything and they will be sunk. I'm gonna drop a spot as I pass behind this island, you know, getting my guns reloaded again, and the Richelieu is going to try and turn north, I'm guessing, to try and get within will to rebuild range, but they're not going to make it. Not when they're that flat broadside to me, and this is going to be ship number 4, and there is the Conqueror, and they're going to get me with HE. You know what, might as well just burn it right there, because I'm only going to need 1 or 2 salvos, and what I'm going to try and do here is get 1 salvo off, drop spot by passing behind this island directly in front of me, and have my next salvo ready so when I spot them again. That is if they live that long. So, very solid hit there. We get a double fire on us, but you know what I'm using? Fight fire with fire, so the fire doesn't even hurt that much. And by this point, I'm going to have my next salvo loaded, and much appreciation to this Conqueror for giving me a relatively decent angle to shoot at. Aim high so I make sure to hit their superstructure, and we're going to pick up Kraken 349 in the Conqueror. Alright, let's see this scoreboard. 2,934 XP for a good game and for reals. good game to both teams. Red team, you had it right up until you didn't. And that's going to wrap it up for this one. If you think this is a pretty solid update, then go ahead and give this video a like. If you think the line needs to be more exclusive and hard to obtain, give the video a dislike. Questions, comments, whatever you want for Christmas, leave it down below. And if you want to make sure you end up on Santa Jerk's good list, then hit subscribe. Thanks for watching, folks. I will get back out there for another one soon, and we will talk then.